All right, let's turn back to last month's consumer price index. Prices actually down 0.4%. It's the largest negative reading since 2020 and the pandemic. John Lonski is with me. That's a dip in consumer prices. Surely we're not talking now about a rate increase, are we?
You're exactly right. There's not going to be a rate hike anytime soon. I don't think there's going to be a rate hike into the foreseeable future. Okay. That being said, in response to this good report on the CPI, this disinflationary report, the futures market still has an implied probability, I think, of 59% to a rate hike at the September meeting of the FOMC and an 81% chance of Fed funds having been raised by the end of this year. I don't buy the market's view.
The market says that, but you're not buying it.
And I don't buy it, and neither do surveyed economists. There's a recent survey, Blue Chip Economic Indicators came out, and it showed that 66% of those surveyed expect that the Fed's next move is going to be a rate cut. So a big divergence of opinion.
Well, that's good news for the market, surely.
It should be, yeah, definitely.
And good news. Bond yields should come down a little, too.
They've come down a little bit. That's only a little bit thus far. I'm looking at that 10-year yield this morning, and that still tells me the 30-year mortgage yield is going to be at about 6.5%. And believe me, housing is going nowhere until that 30-year mortgage yield falls significantly under 6%.
You've got to see that. All right. Change the subject for a second. In New York City, the co-chair of the Democratic Socialists of America, she says America's economy is not working. Watch this.
So many people, even those who might not yet identify as a socialist or are scared of socialism as a concept, understand that what's happening in our economy now is not working for them. They can't afford their house. They can't afford childcare. They can't afford education.
But they're trying to get to the American dream, even if they're struggling. And socialism's platform is contrary to the American dream, to individual opportunity, is it not?
In many ways, I think we're trying to look back at what has worked in America's past, but also look at what has been successful in other countries.
Honestly, John, I find that a rather simplistic argument.
Well,
it's not working for them. You could say that at any point in human history, it's not working for them.
If everything is so unaffordable, why do consumers keep spending? I can't figure that out. We're going to be getting a report on Thursday. Retail sales should show retail sales growing about 4% year over year. And that's pretty darn good,
yes.
Considering the rise in inflation and considering the fact that we haven't generated much in terms of new jobs. We don't have much unemployment either. I mean, the unemployment rate is 4.2%. That's a historical low. I think the problem here is that people aren't doing as well as they thought they should be doing. They feel stuck. And sometimes if you feel stuck career-wise, maybe you should look elsewhere. Maybe go to a different part of the country that's growing more rapidly. I know of a fellow graduated a couple of years ago, degree in accounting, can't find a job. I asked him, why do you stay here? Go to Texas, go to Florida. Why stay in New York?
Well, I guess they don't feel like that. I just wonder if voters will buy that message. The economy is not working for everyone. You can always say that. Are we going to vote socialists in?
Yeah, socialists will make. That's going to make matters worse for individuals that want to improve their standard of living.
Yes.
If you like stagnation, vote socialist.
Oh, I like that.
If you want to grow, the capitalists create, the socialists stagnate.
I like that a lot. I'm going to steal that from you. Thank you, John Lonski. Good stuff.
My pleasure.